Hello everyone, this is Dr. Amanda Pennington, and this evening what I'm going to do is I've put together kind of like a short video for you guys on CPT modifiers. There's a lot of numbers there and they can be rather confusing to the novice. What I'm going to do is I'm basically going to tell you how I learned different examples and stuff that I learned to make it differentiate the different modifiers in CPT, and it's not as hard as it looks. Okay, first we're going to start with modifier 22. This is increased procedural service. Let's say, for instance, you're working in the emergency room and a female and a male come in and you notice that the female's hurt, but she's speaking another language. You can't understand what she's trying to tell you. So you ask the husband to kind of translate what she's trying to say. In other words, what hurts. He can't really help you at all. So what you've got to do is basically search out someone in the facility that speaks their language. That's an increased procedural service. Normally, you get in, get her handle, and get her out the door. But with this, you can't understand what hurts her. 23. Unusual anesthesia. Unfortunately, this happens a lot with our older population that does suffer from Alzheimer's or dementia or some type of cognitive issue. And let's say you come in, this particular patient's diabetic, and they're just coming in basically to have their toenails clipped. But they get very combative with you. They don't understand what are you trying to do to their feet. And the best thing to do for everybody's safety is to go ahead and put the patient to sleep, uh, do the procedure, and then wake them up. Normally, a definite toenail clipping is not going to require you to go under general anesthesia, but this person does have some dementia or Alzheimer's and doesn't understand what you're trying to do to them. Now, let's go to 24. 24 is unrelated E&M service by the same physician or other qualified healthcare professional during post-op. Let's say I go in and I've got appendicitis. I go in, I have the procedure. When I get up, I have to use the restroom. So I get up to use the restroom, and in the process, the nurse comes in and notices that I've basically busted a stitch. And they call the doctor to see if I do need to go back into surgery or what needs to be done in that case scenario. 25. That's significantly separately identifiable E&M management service by same physician or other qualified healthcare professional on same day of the procedure. Let's say, same case scenario, go in, I busted a stitch, and they say, don't really like that. We might need to go ahead and recorrect that suture situation. 26. 26 is professional component. This is only used with radiology, because if you think about it, when you go in for an x-ray, you're out working in the yard or something and you fall, and unfortunately you break your leg. When you go in to get an x-ray, you're going to go into the x-ray. The doctor's going to say, okay, I need to get you an x-ray on that. You go into another person, who sets you up takes the x-ray. That's called an x-ray tech, or as we refer to them, believe it or not, as rats. They take the x-ray, they do their thing, and then they send it to the doctor. Professional component. You've got different aspects. You've got the guy that actually takes the x-ray, guy or girl, and then you've got the person that, quote unquote, reads the x-ray, the physician. Now you'll notice with 26 too, in the x-ray area, they'll have what's called S as in Sam and I as in igloo. S and I, when you see that, that's talking about the physician who's reading the x-ray. Just kind of, that's a little tidbit for you to remember. Okay. Let's go to 32. 32 is mandated services. This just definitely relates to insurance companies. And basically, same case scenario, I'm out and I fall down and I break my leg. And I go to the doctor. Well, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, you know how insurance companies can be. They don't want to pay for it. So they're going to say, I want another opinion. 32 is only dealing with insurance companies, and it's kind of, in a sense, a second opinion. 33, preventative services. Pretty self-explanatory. That's like your annual checkups, stuff like that. 47, anesthesia by surgeon. Nowadays, you're not going to see that much unless you get in very rural areas. Usually, everything is so specialized nowadays that you got an anesthesiologist, you've got an anesthesiologist nurse, and you've got a physician. Normally, a physician or surgeon is not going to put you to sleep. That's going to be a whole separate ball game. But there are some rural areas that's going to happen. Here's a biggie. 50. Bilateral procedures. Same case scenario. I'm out, cut weeds in the yard, and I fall down, and they think that I've broken my right leg, but when they, here we go, do the x-rays and everything, they find that I've actually messed up both legs. Anytime you see bilateral, you automatically think of the word both. That's both legs, both arms, both. 51. 51 is multiple procedures. I go in, let's say for colostomy. I go in, they do their thing, they find, oh Lord, they've got some definite abnormalities in his or her large intestines. We need to take care of that now. So not only am I going in for colostomy, but when they get in there, they find something that's abnormal, and they're going to usually remove it because they're doing two things. They're doing the colostomy and they're removing something. That's where your modifier 51 would come in. This is 52. 52 basically is not good. 52 is a procedure. They go in, they find out, well, you know, we're going in, we're checking, God forbid, we're checking for cancer. We think that this person's got cancer and it's advanced to the colon. Well, they go in and they find out that